Boy, you know what time it is.
Welcome to the Bromigos podcast.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Bromigos podcast. Yes, this is your boy, Panama Red.
I'm the Uchi man holding it down as always.
And of course, it is your boy, the undercover brother. It's good to be back, gentlemen. We're missing one Daint Money this week, though. Man's had to call out last minute, and man, I don't know what it is, Mike. I gotta be honest with you, man. I made a joke about this last week. You're bringing the fucking weather of Germany over to the U.S., my guy.
I don't know what
it's miserable as fuck out. The last two times we've recorded, it is bad.
It's 50 degrees in May, and I'm wearing long sleeves. Well, I'm not wearing it now, but like when I go outside.
Well, I feel sorry for
what the fuck, Germany Red?
Well, first of all,
Germany Red. We're like Germany Blue.
No, don't disrespect me. I am Panama Red. Panama motherfucking Red, okay? That's where I'm at. That ain't gonna change. That is nothing. I can't help y'all because you know what? The weather here today is magnificent. It's glorious. It's beautiful. I'm just so sick of the German weather and the cloudiness, and it's gloomy and all depressed, and it's just like had enough of it, man.
Could you imagine living in England though? Goddamn.
You never see the
That'd
sun.
be even worse.
No, thank you.
Exactly. So we got a good show for you guys this week, man. What do you guys want to start off with? We got a couple of different topics.
Listen. So let's talk about the young man. Let's just dive right into that. Let's talk about the young man that got sent home. So
if I may, I have a couple of articles pulled up here. One from New York Post, one from Fox. And so basically this kid who's like 12, he's like in middle school. He's like 12 years old. He got sent home from school for having a shirt that says there are only two genders. And he says that the slogan on the shirt was targeting a protected class of people, apparently referring to transgender and non-binary. And it was a disruption, to learning. Now, meanwhile, as I read through this article, the child in question was not told specifically by any one of his classmates that what was on his shirt was bothering them. So I feel like there's two different stories that are trying to be told here. And I don't know, like as I'm reading this article, I'm just like, I got a feeling it's the teachers being offended by this because I don't see why the kids would be bothered by something like this at their age. You know, most of them don't even know what the fuck any of this stuff actually means. So I feel like it's a teacher's thing. But Mike, you said something about it on Twitter this week as it was breaking. So I'd like to know what you think about it as well.
Well, before I dive in it, I'd like to defer first to Hunter and I let Hoochie Man.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just thinking back to when I was 12 years old. You know, I was outside frolicking in the fields with fellow students of mine, kids down the street, you know.
Well, frolicking? We of all the words you use, it's frolicking?
I said frolicking.
Well, we were outside, you know, just playing ball, baseball, basketball, soccer, all that fun stuff. That's what we were doing at 12 years old. We weren't, you know, like nitpicking certain topics like transgender. We're 12. We're supposed to have fun. Really, to me, it's just now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's like an administrative thing with the school district and the teachers. Like, hey, this could spark into something bad if it upsets someone, which apparently it didn't. Good for the kids, I guess. But how soft are we becoming as a society? That's my big question, because really, this is over nothing. Because back in my day, and I feel old saying this, but 9 years ago, when I was in middle school, we were having this conversation. Like, me and my friends were just joking around, and we'd yell out loud, "Oh, there's only two genders," or like, "White people are privileged. I hate white people," and like my friends are white, so it was just it's just jokes. But I just
listen. You're a little younger than I am.
Yeah,
like you're a little younger than I am. When I was 12, we were still laughing at the word penis in health class. So, like that.
My one friend would scream it down the hall and be like, You say it louder. like try to get a teacher's attention or just someone's attention. They would just scream, "Penis!" down the hall. They were just screaming down the hall. It was just stupid stuff like that, little stuff that's funny, But gosh, I don't know. This next generation coming up, it ain't looking good.
For them.
So sorry to cut you off, Mike. To build off of that, there's another quote by this kid in this little speech he had. He says, "I experience disruptions to my learning every day. Kids acting out in class and are disruptions, yet nothing's ever done. Why do the rules apply to one, yet not another?" There was also a line in there that says there's constant portrayals of pride flags and gay pride and all that jazz around the school. And it seems like he didn't have an issue with that because he believes if that's what people are and that's what people believe in, that's all well and good. But why is this child why is there a double standard now for this kid who just had a shirt that really, why he has a shirt that has, there's only two genders at his age is beyond me, but still, like, why is it a problem when all this stuff is paraded around the school?
How old is this young man?
12.
Okay, 12. All right. So I don't agree with Republicans and on a lot of things. I think they put too much energy into things that don't really matter at all.
I agree.
But this is one of the things that I agree with them wholeheartedly. First of all, the fact that this, as Hunter stated, right, when we were 12, we weren't stopping to think about these things and think about your sex and think about if you're a boy and you want to be a girl. I'm sure there are some. I'm sure there is, of course, because there's always the few that feel some kind of way and they're lost and confused, and they deserve a space to figure that out, right? I don't want people to think that, oh, Panama Red, it's fucking transphobe and shit. No, bro. Because I even get into it with people like, bro, you're making noise about transsexuals, and like, bro, why does that bother you so much, right? However, the fact that I feel like there is this narrative that's being pushed on to children, like we're sexualizing our children, right? We're teaching our children things about sex at too young of an age where they shouldn't be taught these kind of things, and not for nothing. Your opinion of something, how you feel about yourself inside is one thing, but the fact remains, you're either born male or female, and that is it. I'm not saying that what you feel inside, you should be able to live your truth, right? I think that's pretty much essentially what I said on Twitter. You should be able to live your truth, and you should have the space to live your truth safely, right? You shouldn't feel threatened by anyone for living that truth. However, pushing on there's only two fucking genders, man. This cis stuff and this whatever, I don't know, non-binary. No, shut up. I'm sorry. Shut up. Because you can't say there are more than two genders and then turn around in the same sentence to be like, there's no God. Science doesn't prove that there's a God. That's what are we doing? Do we want to believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy as well?
I actually believe there's 3 genders, and I identify as this McDonald's barbecue sauce packet. There's 3 for you.
Oh my God.
It's all a little ridiculous.
I would say, it feels like if there's gay pride stuff, rainbow flags throughout the school, and then kid gets in trouble for saying there's only 2 genders.
Yeah.
It's kind of the equivalent of a guy getting arrested because he's sitting courtside at an NBA game with a shirt that says "vaxxed" and ready to commit tax fraud. Like that's just dumb. Like you just don't arrest someone, or you don't punish someone just because of a shirt like that. Now, if it has a swastika on it, then or something.
Well, then you have
racist.
permission to beat their ass. There's the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but when
saying
it's
there's only 2 genders is nothing compared to I fuck all black people with a swastika and a KKK hood and all that shit. Then that's permission to beat somebody's ass. What I think, though, is to Mike's point about the 2 genders and the biology and the science of it all. I feel like people confuse sexuality for actual gender. Like, for instance, when people say, oh, I'm non-binary or I'm asexual. How does that even fucking exist? Asexual means you're not having sex with anybody else but yourself. But okay. that literally equates to I can give birth by myself without anybody else. That is the scientific term of it.
You know who I blame? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I just feel like, and listen, I have friends that are in that realm that are gay, bi, some of them even transgender or in the process of transitioning, and I've had these conversations with them, and I've tried to wrap my head around the stuff that they tell me, like about all the cis stuff, and then all like one of my friends who's,
but it's just I can't. I cannot, and I feel so strongly about this because if things can continue down this path, our society, and it's not just ours, right? It's society in general. We're fucked. We ain't gonna make it. We're
I
not
think
gonna make it.
it's
Not like
Western
this.
society. I think you want to more be specific towards the Western society because, as far as I know,
I mean,
people in like
it's not a Western thing. They have transsexuals in Thailand. It's not a Western thing. It's not
I
shit
know
like
that, but there it's like a lot more culturally accepted. But like, it's not
Yeah.
even the idea of having transsexuals. It's the idea and these ideas that they are now trying to center around that thing is where I think that the issues are going to arise.
I mean, every society has its flaws. Every religion has its flaws. And again, everyone should be able to live their truth, but it's just like stop making it more complicated than it needs to be. It's really unnecessary. It really is.
Finding something to complain about. Really.
And then to like remember they took religion out of schools because there were people that were complaining about that. Why should
Because the
we?
nuns were beating everybody's ass.
Yeah, but I'm just I'm just saying, why should we have to be forced to listen to this stuff like in the workplace, in school? You don't want to hear about religion, but you want to teach these children about their sexuality at the age of 6. At 6 years old, you're playing with fucking Legos, bro, and learning about dinosaurs and peeing the bed and shit like that. But you want to teach them about
when I was
sexuality?
6 years old and this girl had her desk rearranged next to me, I thought like, oh my god, that's my crush. That's the one.
Yeah,
It's
like
just stupid stuff like that.
it's so I'm sorry. I really don't want to offend anyone because I really think people should be able to live
Yeah,
how they want to
we
live.
are not trying to be hateful here, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody that's going to take this audio, and I've said this before, Mike, I'm a fucking big stickler with this. People are going to take what we say and try and rearrange it in a way that's going to make us look bad. And to be honest with you, they're not going to do a good fucking job because I know all the tricks So, but what I will say is that we're just not being hateful. We just want it to make fucking sense. Like,
It makes sense, way.
make it make sense, man. That's all I have to say. Like, I
Yeah.
don't hate anybody. It does become a little annoying every now and again. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, it gets very annoying hearing about this all the fucking time. Like, but at the same time, it's like let people do what they want to do.
Yeah.
The way I see it is this. This might sound wrong as it comes out, but we'll see. I only care about what I can control in my sphere of influence. Me worrying about what you do in your own life is your problem and your journey. I am on my own shit that I have to worry about. I don't worry about what you have to do. I'm sorry. Not that I don't care. For instance, my friend, like it's not that I don't care, but that's your business. I don't care. I care, but I don't care at the same time is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Also,
Does that make sense?
Public service announcement: don't put your business out on speakerphone because I do not want to hear it. Like
So,
the stuff I've heard is just.
This sounds like a Wawa bit.
Yeah,
What you've heard at Wawa.
Yeah, last night this guy, he's like half drunk or like half dazed, and he's on speakerphone with his girlfriend. His girlfriend's like, "You tell me that sexy text message that she gave me," and the guy's like, I didn't send no text message. Like he's half, I don't know if he's stoned or drunk or whatever, but she's like, "No, the one you sent to me." Like she moaned in the night. He's just like, I get like he's just tuning her out.
Tell me again about that small dick, daddy. That's what she was probably going like.
Like, turn your speakerphone off, damn it.
God damn it.
My God.
Man.
You can't be without your phone or talking to someone for like 2 minutes when you're in the store. It's 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Most stores don't even have good reception. I'm surprised they even had a fucking
No, our store doesn't have any reception at all. I can barely connect on my phone there.
So anyway, besides the point, Mike, you were also going to say something. I apologize for that tangent, but
No. You're good, man. You're good. Before we began this show, you were talking about a conversation that you were having with a coworker of yours about women having the power. Vagina, or as we like to call slang, the pussy, is power. Right?
So
I'm interested in hearing this conversation.
So that conversation doesn't arise without the conversation about the porn. So
Okay.
I have permission to tell the story from my friend. I told him, I said, you do realize this will now be a podcast topic at some point, right? He's like, that's okay. I give you permission. So just to preface that, everybody. So I have a conversation with my buddy as we're driving back from work. And he tells me a story about how his girlfriend caught him purchasing an OnlyFans and how she got very upset and how he was just, I guess, checking it out and seeing it. And the dumbass was stupid enough to fucking leave the phone open as they fell asleep together and she found it on his chest or something. So, yeah, I did clown him for this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I clowned him relentlessly for this. I said, you have to be the biggest fucking dumbass of all time to think that was going to be okay. But either way, love you, buddy. So his girlfriend got upset, and now she's saying that because it's porn, she is now saying that he cheated on her with porn.
Oh, come the fuck on.
What?
Come the fuck on. That is not cheating. If that's cheating, then everyone in America is cheating. There you go.
Exactly what I said too. Now, that kind of derived into the conversation of men give women, or in this case, the pussy, too much power because now they're letting women run what they do in their own day-to-day personal lives, and men will do everything they can to get a piece of pussy and all that sort of shit, and they really won't get much out of it, more or less, especially if it doesn't go their way. Mm-hmm. So that was where that conversation derailed into men giving pussy too much power, because here I am telling the guys, like, you're letting your girlfriend have control over you watching porn, my guy.
Some corn. This is interesting. So I'll just start by saying I can 1000% disagree. I don't see it as cheating. What do you think he's gonna do? Like, he's gonna sit there and look at said OnlyFans model and probably beat his meat or whatever. And
sure, if that's cheating, I've been cheating this whole time with Riley Reid.
I don't agree with that part of it. I 100% disagree with the idea that you're cheating on your boyfriend or girlfriend or boyfriend, because women watch porn too. Okay, women watch porn too. Let's put that out.
Shout out to all the women that watch porn and suck dick.
Now, is vagina do women hold all the cards in power? When I would say monogamous relationships, to an extent, they do.
I agree with that,
because if you want to be with your partner and you want her to give you some, there are things you have to do in order to get that. That means taking out the trash. That means fixing the door handle. That means spending time with her and smacking her butt and doing all the things. So to an extent, right, women do hold the cards of, because ultimately, in order to get what we want, even if you're going to step outside of your relationship to get what you want, she has to agree to it, right? She has to agree to it. If not, that's rape, and we don't condone rape on this.
Exactly.
You're a raper, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Consent is key, gentlemen.
Yeah. So
shove this water bottle up your ass.
All the way up your ass.
All the way up to base.
Poop shoot. You know what I'm saying? But in order for that to happen, right? They hold the key. They do hold the key, right? 99 point straight men. Let's go straight men. We want the booty from the women. We want it. We need it. It's life. It's delicious. Tastes good. You know what I'm saying? However, they have to agree to this. If not, you're fucked. Which then, if she's not giving it to him, right? So my question is, why did he have to buy porn? What was she not doing? Why was he not feeling satisfied?
I don't think that was it. listen, I know this guy pretty well. He and I have had conversations about this. Him and his girlfriend fuck a lot. That's a God's honest truth. He's told me about this. They fuck a lot, as far as I've been made aware. He just decided one day, let me see what this is about.
Basically,
And he got caught.
around and he found out.
Yeah, he fucked around and he found out. To quote one of our previous episodes. But.
So is he not? So I'm not a huge porn viewer, right? So I have a hard time understanding why people, especially if you're in a relationship where they're having lots of sex, they're fucking like rabbits. Then what are you gaining from porn? Why do you need the porn then? That's where I'm a little bit confused.
I'm confused too. I didn't get into. I'm sorry, Hunter. I'll let you talk a second. I'm confused about it too because we didn't get into that part of the conversation. I just, he just, as far as I've been made aware, he just wanted to see what it was about. It had nothing to do with him not being satisfied, what he was looking for. He saw a hot chick that had an OnlyFans, and he's like, all right, let me see what this is about. And the rest is history. Hunter, go right ahead. I apologize.
I would say the thing that I think, because some people I know do have it, the only thing I can think of is if they like went to school with that person or like they know that person or like, oh, she's so bad, she bad, but could never do it. And then, oh my gosh, she's got an OnlyFans. I only have to pay $15 for it. Take my money. That's the only thing I can think of.
We all like seeing women naked, bro. It's a thing. We enjoy it. I mean, I don't know. I think I can only speak from my male perspective. I think it'd probably be good to get a female on the show.
I'd like to circle back with that. Yeah.
Ask them how they feel, like, and maybe a couple different ones, because not all women view the same. Like, I know women that watch porn, bro. I know someone. I'm not gonna get into too much detail, but she does the deed while watching porn. You know what I'm saying? So it's. I mean, whatever works for them. I'm going to respectfully disagree with his lady friend or his girlfriend. I'm sorry. I'm going to respectfully disagree with Katie. Let's just call her Katie. I like giving white girls random white girl names. But you need to wake the fuck up. How old is she and he?
He just turned 28. She's, I think, 23-ish.
I knew it.
So there's definitely a maturity thing there that, and you know what's funny? I didn't get to this part of the story yet. When she talked to her mom about it, because obviously she told her mom about it. Her mom caught her stepdad doing the same thing, and she actually is in agreement with our line of thinking. How let men watch porn. It's not cheating.
No, it ain't like he's sticking his Peter in someone else.
Exactly.
Like he's not an actual person. Like, I'm sorry, you're gonna tell me that, first of all, does she not masturbate? Right? You're gonna tell me every time she if let's go on the pretense that on the assumption that she does masturbate, right? So when you're masturbating, the only person you're thinking about is your boyfriend. Fuck out of here. I don't buy that for a second. Because you know what? Women like visual, they like men with muscles too. Some of them like guys with beer bellies. That's why I get loving. You know what I'm saying? I got a beer belly, but they love me. But let's go on the assumption that they want men with muscles and that look good and all these other things.
They want Johnny Sins. That's what they want.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Dr. P. Lysol.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
That from the Taylor, the Majorie, the dumb bimbo bitch.
The fake Dr. Marjorie Taylor Greenfeld for Dr. P. Lysol. They want him. They want Johnny Sins. They want all the other male
on the
porn
profile
stars.
Picture.
Okay, I did see that. By the way, she's a fucking idiot. I can't.
We don't even have to get into that.
Oh my god,
Hey, if you're watching this, Marjorie, fuck you. Double bird, bitch. There you go. Fuck you.
We need to do better. What? Like, there was a clip, real briefly. I saw a clip. I don't remember exactly what they had convened for, right? But one congressman had made a statement, and then she went and outright called him a liar. And then her colleagues were like, "Wait a minute, we don't do that here. You're not gonna call people a liar without base. She's just saying he's a liar. You're a liar, right?" And it's, you know what? It's good to see it is really good to see now that the Republican Party are taking the necessary steps to get away from things that Donald Trump had enabled. People like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like she's not good for our country. Everybody isn't lying. And if they're lying, make sure when you're accusing them of lying that you have facts to, to support your claims, not just, oh, you know what? I don't like what he's saying, so I'm going to accuse him of lying. I can't. It's part of it's all part of, you have that on one end, and then you have the sexualizing of our children on the other, and it's like, how did we get this way? What happened?
Something went wrong along the way many
Like,
years ago
was it
that we
COVID?
can't pinpoint. Yeah,
Was it
can a
quarantine?
meteor just hit us so we can start over again? Like, fuck. Like, let's just start over. Let the dinosaurs come back and let's just start all over again, because this shit is, Lord have mercy. People don't even have human decency anymore. It's terrible, terrible, terrible.
I can imagine Germany it's worse though, because and I'm saying this for what I've heard. I might be stereotyping here a little bit. I hear Germans are rude as fuck, man.
So culturally speaking, there are a lot of differences. We are taught as Americans, for example, that when you stare at people, that's rude, right? We're taught it from an early age with a child. So there are parts of Germany, unfortunately, in 2023, where there aren't a lot of colored folk. And I remember years back when I lived in this this part of Germany called Würzburg, and I lived in a village, right? And older women would look out the window and just stare at me. So I got a shirt made that said, in English, it doesn't make it's not that funny, but in German, I'm gonna translate it. It said, "I know that I'm black." Ich weiß, dass ich schwarz bin, right? I know that I'm black, so that I know that you're staring at me because I'm black. You know what I'm saying?
What the
And
fuck?
it's just they're rude. Germans are, I mean, they're just different. They're just different. They do things that we as Americans would perceive as rude. Yes, 100%. Like when you're in the store, they don't say excuse me, they bump through you to get to something. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I had one time I was at the grocery store and this dude just like basic bulldozed me. And I'm like, motherfucker. And I grabbed him with one arm and I moved the motherfucker back. And he looked at me crazy and I looked at him crazy. And I'm like, yo, make a move. Motherfucker, make a move. Do it. Let's do it right here. I'll throw all these eggs at you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, but it's different. They're just in some ways raised differently. And I like, even with my son, I got to make sure the little dude is, hey, man, don't be rude. Don't be rude. Say please. Every time somebody get you, what'd you say, motherfucker? Say please. Basic human decency. But they're not taught these things. So
To Hunter's point, I think COVID actually excelled that a little bit, to be honest.
100%.
Everybody being locked around in their house with nothing but either themselves or their family for a year and a half, practically. I mean, that's going to drive people a little wild, and it's probably going to make people lose a lot of human decency towards
Well,
one
honestly,
another. Have a lot more short fuses, is what I would say.
yeah, I was gonna say with that because of the whole George Floyd thing and like the protests and the rioting, all that. I don't think it would be as bad if it didn't happen during quarantine, like during COVID,
yeah,
because I think at that point they were already locked in for what 2-3 months at that point, and then that happens. They're just like, all right, I've had it. I've been inside way too long. I'm going to make my voice heard, and that's why we
yeah.
had. I don't think it would have been as bad if it happened like 5 years ago.
Probably not. Well, speaking of, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think at that point, it just gave people a reason to go outside, and everybody was protesting at that point. Like it gave people a reason to just go out. And of course, they want to say that COVID spread a shit ton because of that, but it's like, oh, it's not because of the protests; it's just because it happened.
Yeah, I mean, we need to stop fucking with science. There's certain things we shouldn't be messing with. I personally believe that COVID was a direct result of us fucking with nature and things that we shouldn't be. But because have you noticed as society progresses, right, and as science progresses, we seem to get sicker, and new things just seem to arise out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere. SARS, bird flu, swine flu, like all these things, right? I don't know, out of nowhere. What? Where are these things coming from? Who's in a lab cooking up some shit that if you ain't cooking
Bats.
bacon,
It's funny you mentioned that. I just saw a meme, I think yesterday, that said something in regards to COVID. It's like, oh, it came from a lab. Oh, that's racist because, it came from China and that's derogatory towards Asian people in some way, shape, and form. And then nowadays they say, oh, it came from a lab. We know it came from a lab. Gee, no shit. We knew that already.
Yeah, I don't. But all these riots. I'm so glad that riots and things like that are. I mean, I'm waiting for the next political cycle. It'll probably happen again.
I was going to say you're free for about maybe another 6 to 9 months.
Yep,
And then
Or
shit's
weeks
going to pop
at
off.
this rate.
Yeah, it could be
all
anything.
over. So you heard it first here, the Bromigos. We're calling it. Let's see if what the political playbook is. Speaking of black men dying, Kevin Samuels, right? Matt brought up a good point. We were having conversation about this. That Kevin Samuels is hated by the black community, whereas Jerry Springer, he recently passed away. He is seemingly loved by the black community. I think Jerry Springer was loved by everyone because that was pure fucking entertainment. I mean, God, mom, I'm sleeping with your husband. Like, oh my God, ding, ding, ding. How could you not be entertained by Jerry Springer?
Jerry Springer was the perfect 11 o'clock a.m. show to watch on Channel 11, where I am, where you were sick. I was, what was it? I had pneumonia when I was in 4th grade, and I was watching nothing but Jerry Springer at 11 o'clock in the morning every day for 2 weeks straight.
Oh my God.
And I'm just watching chicks I'm watching chicks pull their shirts up and they're blurring the titties out. I'm watching grown-ass man. So I'm watching a fucking fat dude lay it down on a fucking skinny dude because he was fucking his girlfriend. Like, I'm like, what is this? This is the greatest thing ever.
there was one clip I saw where it was like they asked questions in the audience, and it's like, why is the dude with the boobs got like a small dick or something? It was,
the audience would say these ridiculous insult questions to these guys.
The person got saw it. She's like, they're like, what's up? Come over here and fight so I can beat you like a woman and I can beat you like a man. What's up? And then they actually fought.
I've recalled this one episode where this like you could look at her and you knew that she was born a man, right? And she brought on a guy that she had met. She brought him on the show, and she was like, "Oh, I got to tell him that I'm actually a man," and I was like, "Oh, man,
why would you do that on TV?"
First of all, why would you do that on TV? That's wild.
On TV. What is wrong with you, man?
Yeah. I don't understand why people go on national television to do this. But anyway, she chose to go on national television and do this. However, his reaction was I was shocked by his reaction because you know what? She told him, well, I was born a man. And his response was, well, there's a first time for everything, and decided that he was going to hook up with her right there on stage. They just start making out. And I was like, you know what?
Oh my God.
Good on you, my man. Good on you.
You know what? I respect the fuck out of that.
Good on him.
This man got told on national television he was dating a transgender, and he just like, you know what? Fuck it.
I mean,
I respect
that's his prerogative. If that's what he wants to do, then by all means, go for it.
So back to the topic at hand, though.
Okay, so
I had, if I may, Mike,
go ahead.
I had seen a tweet from somebody that, and I'll share it here so that you can see it as well. Give me one moment. That basically kind of outlined exactly what you had just said. Let me just share it here. You guys see that? Okay.
Yeah.
So this was a tweet. This is the tweet on the side here. And this is of a screenshot of a Facebook post. So I was kind of a little bit perplexed by this because, again, I didn't really know who Kevin Samuels was until after he died. But I understand after seeing all the clips, I'm like, damn, I can see why at least black women didn't really like him that much, because all the clips that you ever see of Kevin Samuels is ripping apart black women because they want this and that from their man. Yet he would argue, "Are you bringing anything to the table?" sort of thing.
Well, I mean, he went in on black men too a few times. I've seen a couple.
I've only seen the example of women, but I'm not doubting that has happened. And then like you have Jerry Springer that is more or less broadcasting black individuals basically putting their business out there and fighting it out on national syndicated television.
Well,
So I don't know. I mean, I don't really have an argument for this. I just found this whole topic to be perplexing, and I thought it would be something interesting to talk about.
well, first of all, black people were not the only people on Jerry Springer show making a fool of themselves.
That is true.
That's number one. So black people, if that's how you feel, choke yourself, because not only black, but white people, trailer trash, people with money, people of all different types of backgrounds went on the Jerry Springer show and made a fool of themselves. So we're going to cut that out right then and there. I'm not defending it. I just say entertainment is entertainment. Shut the fuck up. And as far as the vast majority of people that hate on Kevin Samuels were black women, because that's who he normally was addressing, right? Now, they hate him because what he was saying is factual. You know what I'm saying? There were a couple times where he said, like, he was talking to some, I think she was like 40 years old and she had 2 kids, and he's like, you need to be giving away that pussy. And like, I'm like, wow, okay. That's a little harsh. But now I'm not saying that women that are older and that have children are of less value, right? That's not by any means what I'm intend to say. However, younger men that are single, have no children, they in most cases want the same thing. And sometimes you invest your time into women that have children, right? Even before I had a son, I've dated women that have children. I love kids.
You're a stronger man than I am, because despite me also loving kids and wanting to have kids, I cannot, at least in my life right now, think about dating a woman with kids, because I feel like that opens up a can of worms for me personally.
What can of worms? I'm interested to know.
I don't know about maybe can of worms is the wrong term to use, but for me personally, like, I don't see myself dating a woman with kids, because I see it on dating apps all the time. Because to me, it's like, and maybe this is just my own insecurities, but like being financially stable enough where if hypothetically the woman and I become serious and she has kids, now I have to find some way to financially take care of her kid in
That's
some
not
way,
your
shape, or form.
responsibility. So I understand.
Yeah,
that's valid. By the way, I was ready to go in on you, but that's very valid.
It's just, it comes from a financial insecurity point of view where it's like, I'm not ready to have kids. How you expect me to take care of your child that's not mine in some way, shape, or form?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
And like I said, I do believe that's valid. I also believe that is not. So as a man, I feel like when you're a single man that you're courting a woman that has children, there's a certain level of responsibility that you have, not in supporting said child, right? You are not the pappy, therefore it should not fall on you, period, right? Even if, and this is just my opinion, and I could be right, I could be wrong, and if people disagree with me, hey, feel free to say something about it. If you move in with a woman that has children, it is not the male's responsibility to provide for said children. Those are not his kids. Unless he chooses to adopt them and then assume these responsibilities, then okay. But if you're dating a woman and she has children, you better figure that shit out. Now, what I do from the kindness of my heart, me being who I am personally, I would help out, because that's just me. For women, like, you ever seen the video of this dude takes this chick to go buy sneakers, right? And she wanted to put sneakers on her. She wanted to get sneakers for her children as well, and they're ringing him up. And he tells the guy at the register, he's like, "Don't put that on my bill." And she's like, "Well, you're not taking care of my kids." And I'm thinking to myself, motherfucker, woman, go. Those are your babies. He is not the father of those children.
Why is there a video of this?
Social media.
There's a video of everything on social media.
Who the fuck videos this? But And then I guess this is where the can of worms comment kind of comes into play a little bit. Then
Yeah.
who knows about the baby daddy drama? You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
do you want to be
okay.
involved in the baby daddy drama? That's the other thing. Now, I'm not saying I feel that way, but I know that's a conversation that can't be had
No,
as a result of that.
Matt, you're also a lot younger than I am. You know,
Yeah,
when
you're different than me, so yeah.
most women your age, because most women your age wouldn't be doing it. The only place that I've seen more women when I came to Germany, 23 was the first time I came. I've seen a lot more women over here with children, but they also get further along life a lot quicker than we do in the United States. Like if I'm going to be real, they graduate, they do what is called Ausbildung. It's a apprenticeship, and then they get jump into their job. So a lot of the times, by the time they're 19, 20 years old, they're living on their own in their own apartments and things like that. So and they also they have sex younger, I would say, and have children younger than we do. Which what, I honestly wish I had children younger. I do. Looking back, like fuck, I wish I did. So by the time I'm fucking 45, these motherfuckers are grown and I'm good and I can retire at 55. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. I wish I did, but
Now
that's
I gotta
not.
wait another 10 years.
Yeah,
but
11.
But back to the Kevin Samuels thing, I see what you're saying though. It's just like, he had all these opinions about women with kids and men taking care of those kids. Even like, let's not even count Jerry Springer in this. We can probably put Maury and Steve Wilkos in there too. Like they also made a career of, airing out drama like that, man. Like who can forget Maury? Like, you are not the father. And it was like, and this girl, I saw this one episode of Maury where this girl had 3 possible baby daddies and the third one failed. The third one failed. And I'm like,
why are you going on national television to embarrass yourself? You know what you should have did? You could have called them up, or you could have sent them a fucking letter or email, right? And be like, hey, or text message, God damn it. Hey, listen, I think you might be the father of my child. You want to go just take a test? Instead of going on TV. So now, I'm sorry to the people that I said that I wouldn't talk like this. I'm going to talk like this in this instance. So you know what? Now, no, I'm going to clean it up. Now, not only do you know that you're promiscuous, not only do the 3 dudes that you fucked with that could have been the possible father of your child know that you're promiscuous as fuck, the whole United States of America and international community now know that you're promiscuous as fuck. I wanted to call you a HOE, but I ain't gonna do it. Now everybody knows that you can't keep your legs closed and that you're unsafe and that you're irresponsible, stupid.
There's still going to be that one guy who's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it.
I guarantee you, like when Maury and Steve Wilkos dies, this exact conversation that we're having now is going to apply in those years to come. I guarantee it, because everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, rest in peace, Maury. Rest in peace, still Steve Wilkos." All that shit, and then there's gonna be someone out there, like, for instance, that tweet and that screenshot that I showed you of someone saying, "Oh, why were they loved when so and so was hated?" and that sort of deal. I guarantee it. I'm calling it now. You heard it here first on the Bromigos podcast. I'm the undercover brother.
Another one.
when it comes to 7-year-old Amaya, Jason, you are not the father. And then the girl dude's doing a dance and having a great ass time, and the woman just running off the camera.
Even funnier though is when the in-laws of, like, say the guy who's not the father, they'll walk up straight up to the girl. It's like, "I told you, bitch! I told you!"
And then the guy's doing cartwheels
for the streets. I love it. Entertainment, bro. Entertainment.
It's just entertainment, but it's so fucking stupid.
Yes.
Like that. This is what people, like I said, when Jerry Springer died, everyone said, "Oh, I remember watching him in the morning." All that shit. This is the shit that we were watching when we were sick. We are in middle school watching other people's business get aired out on national television.
Could you imagine if they made any new episodes now?
They'd be canceled.
They'd
be canceled. There's no way that you mentioned about society being soft. The fact that Jerry Springer ran for as long as it did in an era that was becoming softer is astounding. The fact that he was still getting episodes aired is astounding.
Yeah.
Because people who are easily offended would be all over that shit. Yeah. They would.
I don't get it. Why are
Could
we
you
so easily offended?
could you imagine if they had another "Are you the father" segment? It's like capping or not. Like, are you capping? It's like, Jason, you said you're not the father of so and so. You are capping.
Yeah, the lie detector test determined that's cap.
Give us a jail sound effect for that one.
Jail.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Lie detector test determined that was cap.
Jail.
Motherfucker. Like what? Oh my God,
Oh
bro.
my
I'm just thinking
God.
about the
Jay,
lingo that they use
Jason,
nowadays, man.
wrap up your schlong, my boy. Wrap it up. Hey, let me tell you, gentlemen, from personal experience. If she tells you on birth control, don't believe her.
Nope, never.
Don't believe her. She says she on birth control. Make sure wrap it up. Maybe 2 times. Maybe 2. Take it from me. You heard it here. Panama Red.
Listen, this man's got a lot of experience. He's got more. He's
Bro,
got this
too
man
much.
has. Let me put you over a second. This man on this show, Panama Red, has more life experience than say all 3 of the rest of us combined. For one.
Oh my God.
And then on top of that, he probably has more experience than most of the young people who probably listen to this show and
Oh
watch
my
this show on YouTube. So please listen to this man. I'm begging you for your own safety and your own well-being. Please listen to this man.
Please
Wealth
make
of knowledge.
sure you ask, bro. Because Lord have mercy. I am not a naive individual and I believe this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Make sure. Make sure. Okay. Please do. All right. So what we doing? We're gonna go to church or we're gonna continue?
You did want to say something a second ago when we were talking about how soft society was, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When did we become so easily offended by everything? Everything offends everyone. Everything.
it's
I
getting
don't
worse
care
and worse. We
what
talked
walk
about
of
this.
life.
We've talked about this since this show has gone on, and we have beaten it into these people's brains to stop being a little bitch, and they just don't listen. They just don't listen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm begging you. The undercover brother is begging you.
Pleading.
Stop it. I'm pleading at this point. I don't know what to say at this point, man. What else can we say that hasn't already been said by the majority of sensible people out there?
Stop being a little hoe, man. For real. Fuck it. You're being a little bitch, bro. A little bitch. Like, suck it up, bro.
You just said like 5-10 minutes ago. You know what? I want to say HOE. I'm not gonna do it.
No,
And
but
it's
when I'm
just
saying, I'm not referring to women.
women. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm saying in general, you know what I'm saying? Stop being a little bitch, bro. Stop being a little bitch, chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. This is life. Life isn't always gonna go the fucking way you want to. You know what? You suck it up. One of my favorite sayings in the army that they say a lot: suck it up and drive on. Right? Suck it up and drive on. Not everything is worth having a conversation about. Some shit in life just is not gonna go your way. Tough shit.
The
You know
problem
what?
is the internet has made it that so where
Yeah,
everything
fuck
is a
you.
conversation. You can't say a single goddamn thing. And I'll use this classic example. I like pancakes. So are you racist against waffles? You don't like waffles? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
Are
no,
you
I'm not saying I don't
wafflers?
like waffles. Yeah, you
You're
waffles?
waffless, bro.
Like, what's wrong with, or then someone's gonna say, what about French toast? You hate French toast too, bro?
Yeah, like what, my boy?
Like,
Like, oh my god,
hell,
I
man.
can't with this. I can't.
I'm
Everybody's
getting sick of it, Mike. I'm coming to Germany, man. I'm swear to God.
Oh man, it's worse
find
here.
me.
These motherfuckers a buttercup too over here. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
who can forget the classic bumping?
Oh, yeah, these motherfuckers a buttercup over here
That's my
too.
favorite quote in this show. We have to turn that into a soundbite.
Oh my
Ow.
god, I can't with this. People. What's okay?
What
Oh
the
man,
fuck, man?
all right, hey, you know what, Matt?
Take us to church.
Take us to church, man.
Man, that was a good episode, man. This has been episode 38. This show is now as old as Mike on the Bromigos podcast.
Jail.
Got him.
Oh no.
Thank you so much for checking out this episode, guys. Oh man, we are on a bunch of different podcasting platforms. You can search us up on Apple, Google, Good Pods, iHeart, TuneIn. By the way, I'm going to put a post about this sometime soon as well. Spotify recently, I guess over the course of us not having a show for a bit, Spotify implemented that you can actually individually tell us what you think about episodes. I don't know where the box is, but there's a little feedback section that you can leave on Spotify. And of course, you can always leave a rating on Apple as well. I check those consistently. So please do us a favor. Tell us what you think of the show. Also, leave a vote on the poll that I leave on the same sections on Spotify as well. Where you can find us on Twitter. Let's see. Hold on a minute. The Bromigos Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The Bromigos Pod. TikTok, the Bromigos Podcast. Who wants to tell them about the YouTube?
I'll do it. If you don't sub to the YouTube, not only is your mama a hoe, your other mama a hoe, if you have another mama, your daddy a hoe, your great-grandmother, and your great-grandfather. Basically, everyone in your family is a hoe.
This man just insulted your entire bloodline. So now you have to subscribe.
Even the dog. The dog doesn't hide.
But
dog,
if you do subscribe,
cat, iguana, everybody.
But if you do subscribe, you're not the father. So
yeah.
Also, last but not least, check out our show syndicated on Full Swap Radio Sundays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and check out the YouTube release of this podcast Wednesdays at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. Well, people, that's it. That's enough of us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your night. Shalom.
Shalom.
Later, bitches.
You've been listening to the Bromigos Podcast.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Avita! That's okay! She'll be back. Another